What's up, y'all? I am finally here. Sorry it's taken me a minute to get in front of this camera to talk about this Tactacam fisheye and a couple of other cameras that I've used while I'm fishing. So there's a lot more material than I realized, once I started diving into it, that I want to discuss, from the, comparing the cameras, the GoPro 8, the Tactacam 5.0, and the Tactacam fisheye, as well as, your EV and exposure value, what setting it should be on and why, let's see, your frequency, just all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I'm thinking about doing like a, just a little mini series to discuss different topics. And with that being said, today I'm just going to start with just the fisheye, and I'm just gonna run through the setup of how I set my camera up. I set them up a couple of different cameras different ways, but if I had to choose one way, this is how I would set it up. So here we go. Okay, so we're not doing unboxing, clearly. Hopefully if you're here, you've already unboxed your camera. And let's see what, and I believe that most of the fisheyes, they do come with an SD card, which is great. Besides that, I also use the let's see, the Sandisk Extreme, and I've opted to the 64 gigs simply because I forget to go through my material and my content, and then I have so much to look at one time, and it's a pain in the butt. Also, with that being said, about the so much content thing, fisheye has an awesome quality. It's called a loop. So you don't have all that content to go through. What you do is your camera will be recording, and then after an event happens that you want to make sure, yeah, I want to save this, all you do is press the power button on here, and it will save. You choose 5 minutes, 10 minutes, the last 5 or 10 minutes that you want saved. So that's pretty neat. And another video is going to be about this amazing remote and the reason why it's amazing. Okay, so let's get started. So a couple of things. First off, when you take the battery cap off and on, just a little side note here, make sure that the little black dot lines up with this, otherwise your camera is not going to turn on. Okay, so make sure that it lines up right there. And so then at that point, once you have your SD card in place and your battery and this lined up, you will press the power button. Okay, and mine is set to automatically start recording. I don't know if you can see, it's flashing green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it again, and it's not flashing green now. And the first thing that I need to do is I need to get on that Tactacam fisheye app. So I'm assuming I should have said, put this on pause, go download the Tactacam fisheye app, and come back. Okay. Now that you've done that, what you'll do is you'll press this little blue button here. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but this little smaller button underneath the power, and you're going to hold it down. And once it starts buzzing like that, and there's a little blue light that starts flashing right here, it means that it's ready to connect to your Wi-Fi. So you'll go, let me see if you can do like this. You'll go into your camera settings, okay, and I was already connected to a different fisheye, so okay. So we're going to connect to this fisheye camera right there. It's connected. Then I'm going to go to the Tactacam fisheye app, okay, and hit connected to fisheye, which is going to take me, oh look, can you see? There we go. And now I do have the wide view lens on right now, so see all the cameras. Hello. Okay, so it does look a little different. And so anyway, I have already formatted my SD card, but what we want to do is this. We are going to go to this top right here, It's kind of like a right button, I believe. And these are all the settings, okay? So let's just go down them. The first one is the video resolution. For the most part, I keep mine on the 1080 HD at 60 frames per second. And like I said, I want to explain to you why I do this, you know, not just that I do it, but I'm going to do this rundown real quick, and then we can go back over it, just so you can get this down. And then if, you know, if you want to quit watching, you don't care about the rest, that'll, that's cool, whatever. Video quality, obviously high. Video duration, I leave mine on 5 minutes, and the only reason that I do this is because if I do want to download from the fisheye app, it is a quicker download that way. You know, I don't have as much to go through, and if you do a 10-minute duration, you know, it's just hard to download, you know, 10 minutes worth of you know, material and the time frame that I want it downloaded in. So and sometimes I'll just put the SD card in, the micro SD, into my computer and do it that way. That's normally what I do, but I still kind of usually keep it on 5 minutes, but it's up to you. You can choose 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Okay, and all right, going down, I do keep the logo stamp on because I think it's pretty and I like it. Of course, that's just your Wi-Fi, you're good there. White balance, I keep mine on auto. Okay, and then here's the frequency. You have a choice between 60 and 50, all right, hertz, and we're gonna choose 60. And you know, the reason being, most, and you're not even, isn't even relevant, really and truly, if you're just using your Tactacam out on the water, okay? Because all this is keeping your video from having interference from other electrical thingies like you know, lights and TVs. And so United States usually runs, you know, most things on 60, as you know, Europe does on 50. So with that being said, if you run it on 50 here and you have other things going in the background that are 60, a lot of times you'll be able to see that 10-second, or you know, that, I think it's 10 seconds, whatever that delay is between 50 and 60, and it will show up on your camera, and you don't want that, okay? So not too relevant, but still, just put it on 60, all right? Okay, and then there's the EV and exposure composition. And what I normally do, well, for one, with the 60 frames per second, I found that the video seems a little more washed out than it does at 30 frames per second, but that's okay. So you can choose to play around with it. I normally keep mine right there on -1. But yeah, now this is just for the fisheye. You know, every camera, you know, every brand is different. And you know, with the EV, and which I'm gonna talk about in another video, but it is pretty much how you can think of it is that the more negative the EV is, the darker the picture's going to be, in a sense, or more saturated. And then the positive will bring it up, you know, to a lighter, less saturated, you know, kind of, you know, you've taken pictures of the sky, a blue sky, and it looks white. Well, that means that probably the EV is too positive. So you would want to lower it, kind of thing. At nighttime, you would want it in the positive because it's easier to see, you know, that way, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I'll do another video on that. Okay, moving forward. I do have the power on auto record, so the minute I hit the power button, it starts recording. That's just up to you. Preview mode, TCP. Shouldn't need to reset your camera setting. Record. Okay. Alright, so now, and I do have the auto power off at 3 minutes. We're going to turn the auto power off to off, because sometimes it takes me longer than 3 minutes, but that's just up to you. I do get good battery with these, you know, at least a few hours of recording time, which is awesome. Alright, so here is the format camera SD card, and this definitely you want to format it. Okay, so you just click on that, format it. It's going to erase anything that's on there, but it's going to get it ready to be able to save the best possible recordings of the Tactacam fisheye camera. Okay. Also, down here it says firmware upgrade. That's something too you want to do before you start using. Make sure that firmware is upgraded. It might take a few minutes, but it's well worth the time. So do that right away as well. I'm in record mode right now. Ooh, this thing's going everywhere in it. So, okay. So I think that sums it up for this video. I do, like I said, I have so many more things that I want to talk about. Just an overload of amazing knowledge and experience with this. So please come back. If this was helpful, please like, definitely subscribe if you'd like to see more in the future, and hit that notification button as well that's right next to the subscribe. It really helps me out. And we will talk more really soon. I think that we're going to cover definitely the remote and why this is a must if you're going to have the Tactacam fisheye camera. And then also, like I said, I want to talk more about the EV, the reasons, but I guess we kind of hit that pretty good today. And also comparing some videos. So I'm working on that now, and look forward to seeing you guys soon.